Hola, buenos dias. Today we are going to be talking about the vocab for chapter 8b. All of this vocab has to do with stuff in the community and like volunteer work and stuff like that, projects that you do in the community. All right, let's get started. So we have got la bolsa. So we had el bolso, which was purse. La bolsa is a generic word for bag or sack. La botella, this is a bottle. La caja is a box. Then we're getting into some of these like materials. So we're talking about like recycling and cleaning up the neighborhoods and all that jazz. El cartón is cardboard. So you could have like una caja de cartón would be a cardboard box. Okay. El centro de reciclaje is the recycling center. La lata is a can. This is going to be like a can of soup or a can of soda. So like a tin can as opposed to the verb can, to be able to. Llevar, which we've had before as to wear, now we are using it as to carry or to take. So you're always going to have to rely on context to decide if llevar is acting as to carry, to take, or to wear. El periódico, this is a newspaper. If you've ever done MLA formatting in English class, you have, or APA. Yeah. Anytime you're citing works, like you're going to have like how you cite periodicals, which are sources that are published every certain period. Okay, so that's a cognate towards like English, a periodical. So el periódico, that's a newspaper. Plástico is plastic, so you could have una botella de plástico, a plastic bottle. Reciclar is to recycle, so if you see reciclar, reciclaje, so this is the noun, this is the verb. Recoger is to pick up. Separar is to separate. Usado or usada is used. So this is not the preterite, this is the adjective form of used. Like, hay una lata usada en el camino. There's a used can on the road. So it's that kind of used. El vidrio is glass. So this is the material glass. Okay. So like una botella de vidrio would be a glass bottle. Okay. El barrio, this is a neighborhood. La calle is a street, so this is one that doesn't follow our learners and dons rule. It ends in an E, and it is feminine. La comunidad is the community, so that's a cognate. El jardín, that is a garden, so that's another cognate. El río, that is a river. Like Rio de Janeiro is the river of whatever. I think enero is January in Portuguese, but I could be wrong. Los ancianos, if you look at ancianos, it looks kind of like ancient, okay? So los ancianos are older people. So then el anciano would be an older man, and la anciana would be an older woman. I need to change those so it says older. But let me fix that real quick. Older man, older woman. And sometimes in Spanish-speaking countries, whoop, too far, wrong way. It is more polite to call someone anciano than it is to call them viejo. I don't totally understand that, but that's the way it is. So it's more polite to call someone ancient than old, but you know, whatever. It's all good. El campamento, that is a camp. So that is not the verb, this is the noun for a camp. Los demás, those are others. La escuela primaria is elementary school, like primary school, or like primero is first, it's like the first school. La gente is people, and this is one of these nouns where we're always going to use the usted el ella form to conjugate for la gente, because even though it refers to multiple people, it's still just one group. So la gente is always singular. You're never going to say las gentes. That sounds terrible. Okay. El hospital is a hospital. El juguete is a toy. So if you look, it kind of looks like jugar. Starts like jugar. Jugar is to play. You play, juegas con juguetes. You play with toys. Los niños are children. So we've got el niño is a young boy and la niña is a young girl. So we've learned chico and chica for boy and girl already. Niños are younger than chicos. Okay, so usually when we're talking about a niño, we're talking about someone who's definitely on the younger side. So like high schoolers, you guys are going to be chicos. People who are like still kind of young, but kind of adults, like older teenagers, like 17, 18, 19. You guys are going to be like muchachos. Okay. So there's kind of an implied age range when you're talking about boys and girls. Okay. So niños are younger. Pobre is poor. So this is an adjective. You can put an L or a la in front of it, or a los or a las, and then you would be referring to poor people. Like el pobre would be like the poor man. Okay. El problema is problem. It does end in an MA, not problemo. Problemo is not a word. And it is masculine. Anytime we have this MA ending, it's going to be masculine. It means that it came from the Greek, and it was masculine in the Greek language, so it's masculine now. El proyecto de construcción is a construction project. That's a legal cognate. Trabajo voluntario is volunteer work. El voluntario or la voluntaria is a volunteer. A menudo is often. Decidir is to decide. That's another cognate. Es necesario, it's necessary. And then you would generally have an infinitive after words. It's like, it's necessary to do blah, 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 blah. Okay. La experiencia is the experience. Hay que, one must, and then again, you're going to have an infinitive after that. Hay que separar las cosas en el centro de reciclaje. One must separate the things at the recycling center. Okay, so you're going to have an infinitive after this one and after this one. Increíble, incredible, accent on the second I. Inolvidable, unforgettable. Olvidar means to forget, and so we kind of have that root in here. Más, what else? La vez is time, and not as in time like what time it is, but like time like how many times has this happened. Okay, so it's a number of, or it's an occurrence. Okay, so otra vez is one of our last ones, so that is again. It is literally another time. Okay, so if I ask you, oh, otra vez, again, another time. Then we have decir, which is an E to I stem changing verb. It is also a yo-go verb. Okay, so that means in the present tense, it's going to change from E to I in the yo to usted, el, ella, and ustedes, ellos, ellas forms. Okay, so and that is to say or to tell. And then it's a yo-go verb, so the yo form is digo. Okay, and the last thing we have are the indirect object pronouns, or our IDOPs, which we'll be taking notes over later. These are your gustar pronouns because it tells to whom or for whom about the verb. So if we use like gustar, like me gusta, it was pleasing, or it's pleasing to me. And so that's why we have that me in there. So we've got me che le, nos os les. If you have any questions about the vocab, please let me know. Have a great day. Adios.